Soul family, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm certified life coach Talia Sage, and this is a channel where I like to combine my natural gifts of intuition with my love of reading the cards, with my education in life coaching and psychology. To those of you who are not new, welcome back. Thank you for joining me. I know it's been a hot minute since I've made a video. Life has been busy. Some amazing things have been happening, but it took me away from you all, and for that I apologize. And I'm back. For those of you who have returned, thank you so much. It means the world to me, and it lets me know that we are truly Soul Tribe. But let's get into your message. This video is going to be all about March and what you need to know about the month of March to have the most productive, most successful, secure month ahead. As you can see, I have 3 crystal cards on the table before you. We're going to have group 1, 2, and 3. Group 1, you have this chrysoprase crystal card. Group 2, you have this green calcite crystal. And group 3, you have chrysocolla as your crystal. I couldn't help but notice that when I was shuffling for these pile selectors, each of them has some green in them. So I'm feeling like this month of March, first off, the fact that they're this green color, it's really make me sort of think of aquamarine, which is like a pale teal type of color. So total homage to March, right? But also the green makes me feel like many of us are going to be in a heart-centered space over this month of March, or we're being called to really focus on our heart, to listen to our hearts perhaps. So if you need more time to decide on your pile, you can pause the video here. Otherwise, when you're ready, you can find your timestamps listed down below in the description box. Hello, group 1. If you chose this chrysoprase crystal card, this will be everything that you need to know about the month of March. So let's get your overall energy. It says, who needs it? Explorers searching for the fountain of youth. When to use it, when it's time to forgive that person who hurt you the most, your parents, and most of all, yourself. You are not a doormat. You are an evolved being. When you feel like giving up on love, chrysoprase gives you the green light to keep going. Grow from your heart. As I said in the intro, if you missed it, the fact that all of these pile selectors came out with a green shade to them is telling me that March is all about listening to our heart. And that is definitely true for you, group 1. Your spiritual team is trying to help you over this month of March to help you grow from some situation. I feel like part of what's coming in for you over this month is finding forgiveness within some sort of situation. Like the card said, it could have to do with your parents, it could have to do with something from your childhood, a past relationship, whether romantic or platonic, or forgiving yourself for doing something or not doing something. Whatever it is, there's something that's been holding you back, that's been almost aging you at a soul level, at an emotional level. And this month of March, this thing is going to be coming up into your awareness. You could be having flashbacks. You could have something that triggers you over this month of March that makes you think about something from your past, something that you have not been wanting to deal with. And if that does come up, allow yourself to really evaluate what that situation was. What happened, what you did, the feelings that you had, the feelings that you have now, and how you can learn from them and grow past them. All right, we have communication is key, and somehow this card was in reverse in that deck, and I never have cards in reverse. New moon in Gemini. You might want to do some research into this new moon in Gemini and find out when that is, because that may be the culmination, when everything sort of finally comes to a conclusion. It might be during that new moon in Gemini. But either way, it showing up in reverse is telling me that you have not been listening to your heart when it comes to something. I feel like this month of March, a new perspective is going to come to you about an old situation that's going to allow you to finally find forgiveness and release it, freeing yourself from the burdens of whatever this anger, resentment, shame, or guilt. And that is going to help you, in a way, find that fountain of youth. It's like it's going to help you regain a part of your youth, part of that effervescent spirit that you are. And then the other card that you received is the end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. I love that. So this month of March, you're going to be receiving some answers because you're finally going to be listening to either your heart or to what someone else has to say within a situation, and it's going to help you to finally find forgiveness and freedom. I love that for you. Let's get a chakra card to try to get some insight into what this situation could be. Give you some more help, I guess, in understanding where you are needing this forgiveness. The end of a tough cycle approaches. I love that. I feel like things won't completely come to that close in March, but it will happen not long after. It could happen around this new moon in Gemini or this full moon in Capricorn, or any time in between. But it says the end of a tough cycle approaches. It doesn't say it ends. So don't expect a complete turnaround, I want to say, in the month of March, but expect to start feeling a little bit lighter. Expect to have these feelings pop up that need to be dealt with. Don't run from them. Don't hide from them. Walk through them. I am a certified life coach, so if you would like some help in working through some painful feelings, working through a situation that stays on repeat in your mind and on your heart, reach out to me at my website. I would love to work with you. Your crystal card says facade with the solar plexus chakra. Whatever the situation was, it will be different for all of you who chose this pile. But ultimately, what it comes down to was there was some sort of facade, either carried out by you or by maybe a caregiver, an adult figure in your life that was really detrimental to your solar plexus chakra. So your solar plexus chakra is going to be that chakra that's all about your self-confidence, being able to assert yourself, being able to stand up for yourself, being confident enough to speak your truth, to go after and do the things that you want to do. So these are all different scenarios maybe that you might want to think about or that may come up over this month of March that's making you take a deeper look, do a deep dive into maybe why you're lacking in that self-confidence, why you're afraid to put yourself out there, why you're so concerned about what other people think of you. Like I said, it's going to be different for all of you. So apply this as it fits. These clouds are making me think that there is some sort of situation that clouded your judgment. It clouded the way in which you see yourself. It clouded the way in which you may see the world, or how you perceive that the world sees you. There could have been some lies that were told to you, or ways that people treated you in the past that made you feel a certain way about yourself, made you believe things that were not true. Whatever it is, these clouds are going to clear, and you're going to be receiving some clarity around a situation that has been holding you back from really living the life of your dreams, from really being confident, from really putting yourself out there, whatever it is. We have building blocks, card 28 next. That 28 reduces to a 10, once again, referring back to this end of a tough cycle approaches, there is an ending, a major ending coming into your life. And there may be things that are falling out of your life in March or even leading up to March, things that may have just been seeming to go wrong in your life. And it's all happening so that you can rebuild yourself, right? Rebuild yourself bigger, better, stronger, faster. It's here to help you release the facades, release the negative stories that you tell yourself, release the bad feelings that you might have about someone else, so that you can build a stronger foundation and live a more secure and stable life. I feel like this is more so pertaining to emotionally, because once you have that emotional stability and security, then you can go out and create the other stability and security that you may seek. This could be within relations to people, whether friends or romantic. This could be in terms of business and your finances, your career. There's something in your past that greatly affected your self-confidence. And this thing has been holding you back more than you know, Group 1. And March is going to put that thing right in front of your face to where you cannot ignore it. You're being challenged to walk through the clouds, even though you can't see what's on the other side. Because what's waiting for you is something truly beautiful and miraculous. Evil Queen, you deserve sugar, not salt. Card 2. This month of March is helping you to, first off, stop pouring salt into your own wounds, to finally start giving yourself that love, that sweetness that you deserve from yourself, allowing it to come in from the people around you, perhaps. And I feel like just live a sweeter life in general. I love that for you. This month of March is helping you to come into union with yourself. It's helping you to regain a part of yourself that has been lost, that has maybe been trapped in some cycle, in some situation, some memory. You are definitely freeing yourself. And for many of you, what you're freeing is something that has to do with childhood. It's like you're freeing a part of your inner child. And that is such a beautiful thing. My heart chakra is lighting up for you right now. So definitely a strong, heart-centered month for you ahead. All right, your tarot cards out. You have 9 of Inspiration. Make sure you can see those. 9 of Wands. You're putting down those burdens. You're putting down those 9 of Wands. There's something that you've been holding on to, that you have been refusing to admit to yourself, that you've been refusing to allow yourself to fully explore and revisit. Next, you have the 4 Voices coming out. You'll finally get your moment to rest over this month. I love this for you so much. Group 1, there is something that's happened in your life that has caused you to put up a wall, to put up a block. And this blockage has been holding you back from so much stability, security, and from really living your full happiness. And this month of March, whatever comes up, whatever flashbacks happen, whatever triggers you, please know and understand that they are happening to help you release this blockage, to break through that wall, so that you can finally relax, so that you can finally settle your emotions, settle your energy, to maybe not be in survival mode anymore, to maybe not judge yourself or speak so harshly to yourself anymore, or always worry about what other people are thinking of you. It could be happening so that you finally stop being a people pleaser. It's going to be different for all of you, but whatever the situation is that's coming up for you to find forgiveness and release, allow it to happen. Because look at this. She is just calm, right? She is peaceful. That's what's waiting for you at the end of this tough cycle. And so much sweetness as well. Your angels would like to say, everything is in divine order. Archangel Raquel, everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see underlying order. Yes, things may appear as though things are going haywire. Nothing is working in your favor. Memories may be coming up that could be triggering you, whatever it is. It may seem like everything is going wrong, but keep in mind over this month ahead that everything is in divine order. Everything is as it should be. Your angels are there guiding you and protecting you, helping to see you through this time, and actually delivering you a miracle, the miracle of freedom, the miracle of liberation, helping you to regain your part of your youthful energy, helping you to regain some of that youthful outlook on life, truly believing that anything is possible again, that you can go out there and make your dreams come true, that you can put yourself out there and that people will be receptive and like you. Whatever it is, apply it to your life as it fits. Let's get a self-care card. Something that you can remember to do over this month of March to help you have an easier time of whatever this healing is. You have another card of 4 saying be still. You have 4 of Swords, which is all about being still and resting. And you also have the be still self-care card. Keep an eye out for the number 4 over this month ahead, the number 2, number 9, number 10s. Those will all be signs that your guides are sending you to let you know that you're not alone during this time and that they have not forgotten about you, okay? Allow yourself to rest over this month ahead. Do not be too hard on yourself. Don't push yourself more than you need to. Surround yourself with gentle people and environments. If you feel like you need to rest and take a nap, then rest and take a nap. I feel like a lot of this healing will actually be taking place in your dream state. You know, you could just be dreaming about past events and it could help you to make sense of it all. You could be meditating. Just make sure you allow yourself to rest. Don't do more than you need to over this next month. Go easy on yourself. So much about stability and security is coming in for you in this month of March. I feel like part of the message here for you is that you also need to create that own stability and security within yourself, no matter what may be going on around you or inside of you. You could be, like I said, having some painful memories pop up, but that doesn't mean that everything is going to crap, right? It's just, this too shall pass. And tell yourself that. This too shall pass. I will get through this. I'm going to get an affirmation card for you. Oh, you received 2. My best self. I trust that when I'm doing what's best for me and being the happiest version of myself, the right sorts of relationships will appear in my life. That means I can let go of all of my worries about the future, knowing that my only job is to be happy in this moment, while simultaneously attaining a cosmic level of enlightenment, awareness, and total psychological self-actualization. Right? My best self. Trust that when you are doing what's best for you, being the happiest version of yourself, the right sorts of relationships will appear in your life. This could be a message that there are some relationships appearing in your life soon, which is why you need to clear out some of this baggage so that you can be light enough, free enough to allow this new thing to come into your life. When there's an ending, there's always a beginning. So this is just like a little wink from the universe of what's in store for you in the future. Allow yourself to go through this and release whatever wants to be released, because there's something waiting for you around the corner. It's some type of relationship. Could be romantic, could be a friend, could be a new job. I don't know. Focus on being happy, doing what makes you happy over this month of March. And then you also have celebration. When I come across people in happy, healthy relationships, I give jealousy the middle finger and celebrate their joy. When I do so, I'm rooting for the good guys, which means that I'm a good guy. And that means all of us win. Who wants to celebrate? I love it. There could be some jealousy coming up, some envious feelings coming up over this month of March. When you see other people in happy, healthy relationships, it might make you be like, well, why don't I have that? Why don't I have that girlfriend or boyfriend, that husband or wife, or that great parent, or that awesome sibling, or that best friend? It's okay that you don't have it right now because it's coming in soon. But those things can't come in for you until you release this baggage from your past. So allow yourself to release that baggage. All right, I want to finish off by giving some fortune tea leaf cards just to get some insight into things that may be coming up, that may be happening in your life in the month of March. But overall, group one, be kind to yourself, be kind to the people around you. Speak kind words to yourself, really pay attention to the words you're speaking. And a lot of times when we are speaking negatively to ourselves, those really aren't our words. It's really not our voice. It's usually the voice of someone from our past, the words of someone from our past that we just took as gospel, that we took as the truth. And that might also be something to keep in mind over this month of March. For instance, if you tell yourself that you are unattractive, is that because you truly believe that, or did someone in your past make you believe that you are unattractive? Right? If you tell yourself that you are lazy, are you really lazy, or did someone from your past tell you you were lazy? Pay attention to the thoughts that are coming into your mind. Pay attention to the ways that you are communicating with yourself and the ways in which other people communicate with you over this month. It's going to be very telling. But allow yourself to celebrate the goodness that you know is waiting for you around the corner, even if you don't have it now. That is manifesting, right? Celebrating even when you don't have it yet. Keep a positive attitude this month, that what you want is waiting for you around the corner. Allow yourself to do a deep dive into the words you say to yourself or the words others say to you. Allow yourself to grow. And you will find some amazing blessings. All right, you only received 2 cards. The first one says, dog far away, a distant friend is thinking of you. The reason you could be thinking about something from your past is because someone from your past is also thinking about you, okay? Some of you could have someone from your past reach out to you. Just a heads up. And then Quill, get back to the basics. Yeah, get back to the basics of caring for yourself, right? If all that you can give over the month of March is the bare minimum, then give that. Don't beat yourself up. Don't call yourself lazy or say that you should be doing anything more. Back to basics. Self-care. rituals, being good to yourself, really treating that inner child within you the way they deserve to be treated. All right, group 1, this has been your message all about the month of March and what you can expect, and some guidance into how to make this month as peaceful and stable and secure as possible. If this resonated with you, please take a moment to like the video, subscribe to the channel, or leave me a comment down below. If you would like to schedule a life coaching session to help you work through any triggers or past memories or emotional blocks that you may be feeling, feel free to reach out to me at my website. I love you. Thank you for sharing your amazing energy with me, and I hope to read for you again soon. Goodbye. Hello, group 2. If you chose this green calcite card, this will be your message all about the month of March. And if you missed it in the intro, I mentioned that every single pile that came out for the pile, every single card that came out for the pile selectors had a shade of green to it. So I feel like March is going to be a very heart-centered month for all of us, whether that's listening to our hearts, following our hearts, healing something that's on our hearts. It's all about the heart. But let's read what your card has to say. It says, who needs it? Anyone who finds themselves lost in the forest of doubt without a map. Libras. When to use it. When your heart is asking for something, but you, la 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 la, aren't listening. The heart wants what it wants. The mind wants what it thinks the heart should want. Call on the energy of green calcite to nudge that heart, push and pull in the heart's favor. Live out your heart's desire. Okay. Group 2, this month of March is all about you, once again, reconnecting with your heart, and I feel like really discovering what you desire, what it is that you want. You could be doing, going about life sort of robotically, doing the things that you think you should be doing, or doing things because it's what most people do, but not really living your life for you, not really being authentic to yourself. I just had the example of a parent coming to mind, someone who has just been a parent for a long time. Oftentimes when you become a parent, you sort of lose yourself because you are a caregiver and all of your focus turns towards your children. This is like a parent finally getting back to themselves and rediscovering who they are, what they like, what they want to do, because now their kids may be a little bit older and don't need them as much. You don't have to be a parent, but it is the same energy that you're going to be discovering yourself. It's very beautiful. You might be trying out some new hobbies, some classes might come up, you might get an invitation to do something that's out of the ordinary for you, and then you might find out that you actually really enjoy it. Whatever it is, you're going to be answering your heart's calling over this month of March. Some of you could have been feeling lost recently, not knowing what to do with yourself, or having an idea for something but not knowing how to really fulfill that idea, how to make it come to life. You might be getting some ideas over this month of March. I feel like many of you might have sort of a moment of divine inspiration. You might have some sort of light bulb moment of, oh, that's what I meant to do. That's my purpose, or that's how I make that business idea come to fruition. All right. Your Moonology card says, bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. You might want to look up when the new moon in Aquarius is. It might be an important moment for you. But just in general, when it comes to March, first off, this card wanted to flip out in reverse. You haven't been loving yourself enough, is what that card is telling me. And there might be moments in March even where you're not loving yourself enough. You're not being authentic enough to yourself. You could be people pleasing. You could be doing things, once again, robotically, or because you feel that you have to. this month of March, you're being called to not do that, to say no when you want to say no, to allow yourself to do the things that you want to do. You know, you might want to take some sort of course, but you haven't because you don't want to spend the money on it and you have a family, right? Or because it might take you away from people in your life and they count on you. This month is calling you to live for you. Underneath the deck, you have expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. Once you embark upon this journey of really living for yourself and doing what you want to do, answering your heart's calling, following your heart's desire, big changes are going to begin happening in your life. And I feel this big change brings in so much more happiness. This change might bring friendships, romantic relationships. It could bring a new job. It could just bring, I'm feeling like just a new zest for life is what it will bring in. You could have been drawn to other piles or another pile. I won't say which one, but if you were, I suggest you go watch it. I want to point out that in both of these cards, the moon is sort of blocked out, right? It's being covered. It's being eclipsed. Something's about to be uncovered with you, and when it does, it will be so life-changing. It will be so illuminating. You know, this could be as simple as, okay, this is a story that my mother-in-law tells me. She talks about when she was a little girl, watching her mom make a roast. And her mom would always cut the ends off of this roast. And so that's what my mother-in-law always did. Until one day, I think she asked her mom why she cuts the end off the roast. And the mom answered, I didn't have a pot big enough to fit the whole roast. And it was like a light bulb moment of like, oh my gosh, I've been doing this thing because I saw people before me do it and I thought that that's how it had to be done. But no, it's not how it has to be done. She just didn't have a big enough pot. Take what you will from that story, but that's the energy that this is giving me. Like you've been doing something in your life a specific way because that is what other people have done. That was what other people showed you. But this thing just doesn't make sense for you to do the same thing. It's like you're going to start living very authentically to yourself. You're going to realize that something that you've been doing, a way that you've been living, it's not right for you. And it's going to be like very freeing and like a light bulb moment and be like, oh, I have other options. I don't have to cut the ends off my roast because my pot is big enough. I don't have to settle for this because there's so much more waiting for me. It's going to be different for all of you, but expect illumination over this month of March. Wow, the chakra that came out for you is facade with the solar plexus chakra. This came out in another group. So once again, if you were drawn to another pile, please go watch that pile. And this fits the story I was talking about beautifully. Facade. Something in your history appeared one way. You believed it, or how do I say this? It appeared one way, but it really wasn't what it appeared. That's what I'm getting. And this thing that you've had the wrong perception of, it has damaged your solar plexus chakra in some way. It has damaged your confidence. It has damaged your ability to be authentic to you, to really follow your heart's desire. And you're going to have this light bulb moment over the month of March where it, like, once again, it illuminates this lie that you've been living. this lie that you've been believing, this thing that has been holding you back from living your true desires. Ooh, I love that for you, group 2. I love that for you. This could go back to your childhood. This could have to do with your parents. It could have to do with past relationships. Oops, I just dropped the cards. It's going to be different for all of you, but like I said, it's going to be so enlightening, and I'm excited for you. Your card that fell out is Blessed, card 22. I have to read this card for you. Prosperity message says, unexpected windfalls and good fortune come your way now. You're in a phase where any difficulties or obstacles that have stymied your success seem to disappear on their own. Be ready to receive. The windows of opportunity will open wide. Accept the blessings given to you now, and don't forget to share them. Good things are coming your way. Like I said, I felt like something great was coming in, because something that has been holding you back, a way that you've been doing something that's really not your way. I'm trying to think of another word. The way you've been doing something, you're going to realize it's not who you are. That's ultimately what it comes down to. And this, once you realize it, it's like you are going to be woken up out of a fog. And that fog is just, once it clears, it's like you're going to see things so clearly. And you being able to see things so clearly, and you coming back into union with your heart space, with your authenticity, is going to just bring in a rush of blessings. It could bring in money. It could bring in a promotion at work. It could bring in winning the lottery. It could bring in your soulmate. It could bring in that bestie. It's going to be different for all of you, but so many blessings are going to begin to appear, because it's going to enable you to start living out your heart's desire, not living for anyone else, but living for you. Oh, I love that for you. It's like your tree has been bare. Your heart, I don't want to say your heart has been barren, but sort of, yes, because it hasn't been getting that stimulation, that excitement. It hasn't been living out its desire. But pretty soon, those fruits are going to grow. Those flowers on that tree are going to blossom. You are about to blossom, group 2. I love that for you. Oh, I just realized you're group 2 and you received card 22. Look up angel number 222 and 22. There will be some important messages there for you, but also pay attention to repeating 2s over this month ahead. And then you also received card 11, sun. Paint the sun back into your sky. That's what's happening for you over this month of March. Something that you've been completely unaware of, that you have been doing to yourself or not doing, right? It's going to come into your awareness. And once it does, it's going to paint so much more. It's going to bring so much joy and happiness into your life. You know, that sun is joy, is happiness, is excitement. Like, this could be like you had a dream as a kid that you got rid of because your family told you you could never do that, or because they told you to be realistic, right? And so you let it go. And that same idea might come back to you this month of March, just in a more mature way, and you might decide to embark upon it. Living out your childhood fantasies. I love it for you. You also have another angel number here, 11. This is all about new beginnings. That is that powerful change that's coming in. where you felt like life has maybe been meh or bleak or blah, so much excitement is about to happen. And it's because you will be receiving the strength, the courage to embark upon a new journey, to embark upon this journey of fully loving yourself, accepting yourself, and listening to your heart, finally. Also, look up angel number 11. There will be some important messages there for you. Your first tarot card coming out is 5 of Voices. You've been fighting with yourself. Once again, there could have also been a situation in your past where someone said some hurtful things to you. Like at some point, someone like told you to grow up, or someone told you to get real or be realistic, or made you believe that you weren't good enough to do something. And the reason this card wanted to show itself in reverse is because of this energy. You might have some memories popping up into your life over this month of March that remind you of this situation. That reminds you of the situation that took away your self-confidence, that made you feel like you were not worthy of something that you truly wanted, or something that you truly wanted to do. When that comes up, you're being called to love yourself the way that you should have been loved in that moment. And love yourself enough to say, yes, I can do that. Yes, I'm capable of doing that. Yes, I'm going to put myself out there even if it doesn't work out. Underneath the deck, you have Ace of Inspiration. Look, another 1. Also look up 111, okay? You are going to be getting inspiration this month. I told you about that fiery energy. You're going to be getting so much inspiration this month. It's going to light a fire under your butt. I love this for you. Once again, like this energy coming in, it's like a download that's coming in. It's like you remember something from your past, and then you're like, it all clicks. Like, this is why I'm afraid to be seen. This is why I'm afraid to speak in public. This is why I don't like putting on a bathing suit when I go to the beach. It's going to be different for all of you, so apply it to your life as it fits. But something is going to click, and you're going to be like, no, I'm not living like that anymore. That is not my bag to carry. I love that for you. And you're going to choose happiness and joy and passion, desire, and living your life for you. This is so beautiful. Let's get an angel message out for you for the month of March. Group 2. Which angel has a message for group 2 this month of March? All right. You have teaching and learning. Archangel Zadkiel, keep an open mind and learn new ideas. Then teach these ideas to others. Like I think I said earlier, you might decide to take a course or do a class or something. If you feel compelled to do that, do it, because you're meant to learn this thing and you're meant to teach it to others. Some of you could just be putting in those finishing off that final page of your story of self-love, your journey to self-love, your journey to being your authentic self, your journey to fully listening to your heart's desire. And you might go forth and teach other people how to do the same. You might become some sort of counselor or teacher, life coach, such as myself, right? I love that. And if you feel that you have some emotions or memories or blockages coming up that you want help working through, please feel free to reach out to me at my website and schedule a session with me. I am a certified life coach. Teaching and learning. Whatever it is that you learn over this month of March, You're meant to go teach other people how to do the same. You don't have to be a teacher. You could just teach them by doing, right? Like, people seeing you do it can also teach people. Same way as you could have, back to that real story that my mother-in-law tells. She saw someone doing something one way, so that's what she did until she learned there was a new way. That story is definitely meant for you. Let's get a self-care card. You know, all these feelings coming up, you know, you might seem like you're sort of like just had a mind F, right? Like, you could almost feel like you're in the matrix. Like, you might be feeling a little bit crazy because your perspective is going to shift so much. So to help you get through this time, let's see what your self card says. It says sing, card 49. Allow yourself to sing. Enjoy yourself. Jump around, dance, have fun. Do this either way. Because I feel like you letting this energy out, you moving your body, you exercising those vocal cords, that's what's going to help this memory, this situation, whatever it is, come up to the surface to finally be released, so it's no longer holding you back, and so that you can finally step into this powerful change. You can finally paint the sun back into your sky. Let's get an affirmators card. This could help you with your relationship to yourself in this month of March, or your relationship to other people around you, maybe to the situation involved. March, group 2. What does group 2 need to know when it comes to their relationship with self and or with others? I'm being drawn to these olives here and to this chalice that she's using to pour water. Some situation is being cleansed out of your life over this month of March. It's like purifying. It's this virginal type of energy. This is really like getting back to the basics. Getting back to the basics of who you were before this situation told you who you should be. You have benefit of the doubt. I believe in the basic goodness of other people, and I give them the chance to show it. If they prove me wrong, that's on them. At least I can go to sleep knowing that I practiced trust and forgiveness rather than fear and doubt. And later on, if I need to, I can always change my mind and retroactively judge them like it's my career. Absolutely. This month ahead, I feel like part of the situation from your past, it made you begin to not trust people as fully as you could. It made you sort of put a guard up. And this month, there's going to be some sort of situation where you're being called to trust others, to allow them to show you who they are. And I believe you're going to be pleasantly surprised. Okay? You might be surprised by the help that appears when you need it. You might be surprised that you being honest and vulnerable with this person helps you to heal this part of yourself. You might be surprised that you telling someone truly what you want to do, you might be surprised that they're like, oh, hey, yeah, I have this thing over here. You want to be a part of it? You know, you could tell someone that you want to go backpacking through Europe, and they're like, hey, I have this company, this group of people, and we're planning to go at this time. You want to join us? It's going to be so serendipitous that it's going to blow your mind. And I'm getting the chills from crown to heart for you. It's going to blow your mind, and you're going to be like, why haven't I done this before? Why did it take me this long to do this thing? I love it for you. I love it so much. we're going to finish off your message with some fortune tea leaf cards just to get some more insight into what may happen in the month of March, just to help you be prepared. Okay. Your cards. Your first card says, wreath, sorrow over loss. You might be mourning a part of yourself, and I feel like it's going to be this part of yourself that you held on to for so long that was actually holding you back. You're going to have to find forgiveness for yourself for holding on to this negativity for far too long. And that's okay to mourn that old person that you were. Okay? It's okay to mourn that person. Next, you have chair filled. Someone new is entering your life. That's that new beginning coming in. Someone new. Could be romance, it could be platonic, it could be a job, it could be the start of your business. But newness is coming in because you've made space for it. Scales, keep your life in balance. Keep your emotions in check. Don't be too skeptical or cynical, right? Be a little bit open, but have that reservation, a little bit of reservation to you. Yeah, keep your life in balance. Don't overwork yourself. Don't give in to perfectionism. Stay balanced over this month of March. Crown, honor and respect will come to you. Absolutely. Honor and respect is coming to you this month. Door, opportunities are waiting for you. What was I just saying? Something is coming in for you. There's some sort of opportunity coming your way, and it's going to bring in so much change. Next, we have dagger, fear, worries, tense situations. I feel this is all your energy. That goes back to that self-confidence, that fear of doing something, of being a certain person. You're working through that this month. And then you also have acts, forces working against you. The forces working against you are your own negative feelings. The forces working against you is you not allowing yourself to forgive and move on. You're fighting yourself in a sense. And this month, the universe is going to bring it to your awareness how you have been holding yourself back due to some sort of situation that happened in your past. But this month, you're going to rise above it, and you're going to finally find and figure out what your heart truly desires and begin going after that. So congratulations. I'm happy for you, Group 2. If this video resonated with you, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment down below. Once again, if you would like some help working through some blockages or some tough feelings that you might be having, going back and forth about something in your life, feel free to reach out to me at my website, listed down in the description box. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me, and I hope to read for you again soon. Goodbye. Hello, Group 3. This chrysocolla is the crystal that you chose, and this will be your messages for the month of March. Everything that you need to know to have a balanced, stable, successful month ahead. All right. If you missed the intro, I mentioned that every single card that came out for the pile selectors had a shade of green to it. So that's telling me that we're all getting into our heart space over this month of March, whether that's listening to our heart, following our heart, finding something that we have to forgive within our heart, whatever it is coming up in this month of March to give us a sense of renewal. I feel like there's a rebirth coming for many of us, and it's sort of been that energy across all the piles so far. So I don't feel like you're going to be any different. But you have this chrysocolla crystal, and this is giving me the world vibes, like the world tarot card. Something in your life is finally coming to a close, and with every closing door, another one opens. And I feel like part of what's going on for you this month has to do with your throat chakra. So speaking your truth, living your truth. I don't know. Let's see what your card says. And I apologize for any noise in the background. My family just got home and we're loud. But your card says, who needs it? Anyone entangled in the 24/7 fear cycle propagated by the political media complex. Those who can never find the right words. When to use it. When you feel small and vulnerable and are looking for someone to parent you, but then you remember that you're a grown-up. But it's cool because you totally got this. Be your own mama. All right, group 3. This month, there could be something going on that is causing you some anxiety, that's causing you some fears, some worries. And this month of March, you're being reminded that you've got this, that you can take care of yourself, that you can handle anything that gets thrown your way. So whether work is extra crazy and you need to spend more time relaxing and devoting to self-care when you get home, you can do that. You might be having some sort of argument or something with a friend or a loved one, and it could be throwing you out of sorts. You can handle it. Take care of yourself through it all. You're being called, if you are someone who really follows media and politics, maybe pull away from it a little bit this month because most of it's propaganda. It's just fear-mongering. You're being called to focus back in on your corner of the world, on your world, right? What you can do to make your life better, what you can do to make yourself feel good in a healthy way in this moment. I get this energy of, right, back to this world energy of someone who's looking out at everything else around them, who's seeing the wars, who's seeing the chaos, who's seeing the homeless. And, you're taking all of this in like, oh my gosh, this is too much. I have to do something. And it's like, it puts you into sort of this freeze mode, right? Because it's too much. It's too much for any one person to do. So you're being called to hone back in into your little world. What can you do in your life, in your corner of the world, in your neighborhood perhaps even, that will make you feel safer, that will help you to feel better? Those who can never find the right words. Didn't I say something about the throat chakra earlier? I feel like this month, you will be receiving some sort of opportunity to speak up for yourself, to tell the truth about something, to maybe place some boundaries. And you might have some fear, some trepidation around doing those things, but by doing so, you will begin to take back your power in a certain situation. All right, your first card, the end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. This came out in another pile, so you might be interested in another pile. If you were, I suggest you go back and watch it. But whatever you've been feeling some anxiety, some fear, some trepidation about, it's about to come to an end. Your spirit guides just want you to know it's about to be over, okay? So it could have been going on for a long time, but it's almost over. And then we have don't let pride get in your way, full moon in Leo. You might want to look into that full moon in Capricorn and that full moon in Leo to see when that is. That could be an important moment in your life. But also, whenever this situation arises where you need to speak your truth, where you need to place some boundaries, don't let your ego come in and tell you not to do it. Don't let fear take control. All right? Stand in your power. Puff up your chest. Be a big girl or a big boy and say what you need to say. Be your own mama. Stand up for yourself. By doing so, whatever this fear and anxiety is, it will cease to exist because you will have taken away all of his power. I feel like whatever the situation is, it has to do with your sense of security and stability. And that was the energy that I came into this reading with when I started shuffling for the pile selectors. It was about giving us the insight that we need in order to feel secure and stable, to have a successful month ahead. So pay attention to your emotions over this month. If you start having some fear or anxiety about something, that's coming up to really tell you something. It's coming up to tell you that you need to speak up about something, whether that's admitting the truth to yourself, whether that's admitting the truth to someone else, placing some boundaries with someone else in your life, could even be your job. But that's why that fear and that anxiety is coming up, to tell you that something is out of balance. Renewal. Wasn't I just saying this in the beginning of your reading? Yes, you have a renewal coming in. Oh my gosh, I love that. With the root chakra, more stability, more security. Your bottom of the deck energy is prayer in reverse with the solar plexus chakra. You've been praying for a change. You've been praying for something to happen, to take this situation out of your life, to take this person out of your life, to have the perfect job fall into your lap. I don't know. It's going to be different for all of you. But what this is telling me is that prayer won't get you there. You need to step into that masculine energy. You need to put on those big girl, big boy pants and make it happen for yourself. Because until you demand it, it won't show up in your life. This is about you taking action, not about you being in the feminine energy of receiving. It's about you demanding what you need. And once you do that, once you take that first initial step, it's like you're going to be reborn. It's going to be a sense of renewal. Like what was dead and maybe shriveled away, it's going to spring back to life. I love this for you. It's going to bring in a whole new sense of living for you, of seeing the world. Something made you shrink away. Something made you hide away, hide your voice. Something told you that you needed to do certain things, be a certain way, believe in certain things to have that security and stability that you crave. But over this month of March, you're going to see how, nope, none of that was true. You're going to see how you didn't need anything else to make you, you didn't need anything else to get you where you wanted to go. That you can do it on your own. That you had wings all along. Oh, I love that for you. Your card is the Fates in reverse, card 17. So let's read this message for you. Protection message. It says, it is difficult to understand why painful things happen to good people. Fate is a mystery after all. Yet, what we do with our circumstances, the way in which we respond to life's challenges, is how we rise up to greet our destiny. Now is one of those times to be aware of your powerlessness to change certain situations and surrender to acceptance. Hang in there. Life will only get better. Act as if you believe that, for the only thing you can control right now is your attitude. When you align with the fates, being mindful of what you can and cannot change, serenity will come to you. And if you are not new to my channel, you know I love the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I love this for you. So this is going to play out in each of your lives in a different way. And for many of you, it could seem painful. It could seem like you have to release something, let go of something. But once again, with every door that closes, another one opens. And if something is leaving your life over this month of March, it's happening so that you can be renewed, so that you can be reborn and step into what you were always meant to have and do and be. Okay? Allow it to happen. Something may happen. There may be some sort of tower moment where life seems unfair, where it seems like the world is against you, group 3, but it's not. The world is not against you. The world is for you. You have the 17 that reduces to an 8. That's all about your abundance. What you're not realizing is that you're holding on to something that was never meant for you. And because you've been coveting this thing, it has held you back from receiving your true blessings. I love it. It's like unanswered prayers. It makes me think of this country song. And in it, he says, sometimes I thank God for unanswered prayers. And remember when you're talking to the man upstairs, that just because he doesn't answer doesn't mean he doesn't care. Some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers. Group 3, you're going to see this month how something that you've been praying for that has gone unanswered was really your blessing in disguise, because there's something so much better waiting for you on the other side. I love it. Next, you have raindrops. Take a chance on them. Card 39. Some of you could have had some sort of relationship or friendship or even a job, just some situation in your life that you've been really wanting a certain thing to happen. Hate to break it to you, it's not going to happen. It's not going to work out. You might have to let go of somebody or something, because there's something else waiting for you. There's someone else waiting for you. This message has come up in every single pile. So if you're drawn to other piles, go ahead and watch them. There could be a new friend, a new romance, a new job, a new hobby, something that lights you up and that sparks you again, right? Unanswered prayers. If there is something that is trying to leave your life, allow it to do so, because it's taking up precious space for something else that's meant to find you, from something else that's meant to find you. We have this 39 here reducing to a 12 that reduces to a 3. The 3 is all about collaboration. You're being called this month of March, the 3rd month of the year, to work with the universe, to allow things to happen as they are meant to happen, because you can't see the bigger picture. You can't see what's waiting for you down the road, right? You're basing your judgment, you're basing your prayers on what you can see in front of you at this moment, on what has happened in your past. So you're a little bit, your judgment's a little bit foggy, it's a little bit cloudy, and that's okay. But the universe, your spiritual team, they see more. And whatever does not go your way this month of March, know that that is divine protection, because something better, something that you are fated for, is right around the corner. All right, your first tarot card, we have 6 of Cups coming out. This tough cycle that you've been in, it could have something to do with your childhood. It could have something to do with any part of your past, honestly. Holding on to something, holding on to memories, holding on to a person, like I said, love that you had for someone, maybe staying in relationships far longer than you should because of that history. That is what's coming to an end. It's like finally you're going to be able to accept a certain situation. Finally, you're going to make peace with a certain situation. You're not going to let your fear of being alone, you're not going to let your fear of rejection, whatever it is, come in and throw you off your course. or you're at least being called to not allow that to happen, right? You're going to love yourself through it. Take care of yourself like you would want a mother to take care of you. Tell yourself it's going to be all right. Make yourself the foods that will help you feel good. Allow yourself to go out there and do the things that will help you feel better and make it through this time. Some of you could have had a breakup in February or January, whenever, and you're still healing and growing past it. Whatever it is, you're going to come to a place of acceptance and peace around it, and that's going to finally free you up enough to have the space to let in this new connection, whatever it is. Next, we have the page of materials. This is a beginning, something stable, something solid. A new beginning is coming into your life in or around the month of March. And it comes in because you finally make peace and find acceptance within some situation from your past. You have 10 of Swords underneath the deck, something that you've been thinking about so much that's weighed heavy on your heart. You're finally putting an end to it. I love that for you, group 3. You're about to be reborn, and you deserve it. Oh, I did not get your angel guidance for the month ahead. So let's get some advice from your angels about what you need to know this month. Your angels say, you are safe. Archangel Michael, I am protecting you against the lower energies and guarding you, your loved ones, and home. Know that whatever is coming up during this time, whatever emotions, whatever situations, know that you are safe and protected through it, that you're being guided through it, that everything is as it should be, that everything is divinely orchestrated, and that everything is divinely timed, that you had to come to this place of acceptance and peace at this time in order to be ready for this new thing that's waiting to enter your life. I love it. Keep an eye out for the numbers 1, 7, 8, 6, 3, 9. If you see those numbers popping up around you, know that that is your spiritual team, that's your angels letting you know that they are protecting you, that you are safe, and that you will make it through whatever it is that you are going through. Whether that's a tough situation, whether that's healing from a past situation, dealing with some emotions, they're helping you. Now, as a self-care card to help you get through this month ahead, to be that mama to yourself, to nurture yourself, you received Movement, card 36. You're being called to keep moving. Don't allow yourself to get so down in the dumps or fear, anxiety, whatever it is. Don't allow it to make you freeze. Like I mentioned before, keep moving, whether that's doing some yoga, maybe dancing, maybe going for a walk, going swimming, whatever it is. Keep moving. That's going to help you work. It's going to help you flush out any emotions or lingering negative energy that might be holding you back and preventing you from fully moving on. Group 3, just know that you are about to embark upon a new beginning that is stable and secure in whatever that is, whether it's a new friendship or romantic partner, job, career. It could be even new habits, a new lifestyle. Whatever it is, this is long lasting. It will withstand the tests of time. Let's get an affirmators card out for you. This will be something that can help you with your relationships, whether your relationship to yourself or to people or situations around you. Whatever this is, I don't feel like for the majority of you it's coming up in the month of March. I feel like it's something that you've been dealing with for quite some time. Maybe something deeply emotional, something that has really affected you. And the message is that this thing is about to be done. Like, it's not going to have such a strong hold of you over you for much longer. You're going to, I feel like, receive a different perspective on the situation. And that new perspective is what is going to allow you to finally make peace and leave it in the past where it belongs. And that doesn't mean it will never come up again. But what it does mean is that it won't make you pause anymore. You know, it won't make your life be put on hold. I'm being shown the movie Girl Interrupted, you know, like she had some things she needed to deal with that she was going through, and it caused her to do a lot of things that were really detrimental to her security, her stability, her life, her future. But once she realized that she needed to let go of these things or find acceptance within them, find forgiveness, that's when she could get her life back on track. Your affirmator says listening. I activate my receptive side and become an engaged, intuitive, professional-grade listener. Supercharged listening gives me the ability to not only hear the words others are saying, but also to perceive the emotions hiding between their words. Armed with this knowledge, I'll be in a great position to give them exactly what they need, or, if I prefer, to dominate the planet. I feel like this listening, yes, listen to people around you. Really hear them when they're telling you who they are. For some of you, you really need to hear someone when they tell you who they are, because that will be a sign that you need to move on. You need to just accept them for who they are and let them stay over there, right? For others of you, this is listening to yourself. Listening to your heart when your heart tells you, I don't want to do that. And actually acting accordingly. This is listening to your heart when your heart tells you, this thing keeps hurting us, or it's time to let go of this thing. Allowing that to happen. Move. Get into your body. Listen to the thoughts that are coming up. Pay attention to the emotions that are coming up. Listen to them. Listen to what they are trying to tell you. If you are having fear and anxiety about something, that's more than likely a sign that this thing is not meant for you. If you are constantly sad, not happy when you're in someone's presence, that's a sign that you maybe should not be in their presence anymore. Or you need to speak your truth, set some boundaries. It's going to be different for all of you, but pay attention to the signs. Your body's trying to tell you something. Next, I'm going to get some fortune tea leaf cards just to get some more insight into what could be happening in your life over this month of March, just for a little heads up. Also, if you missed it, I am a certified life coach, so if there's a situation in your life, something from your past, some emotions, whatever that you're trying to work through, and you would like some help, feel free to reach out to me. My website will be listed down in the description box below. This month is about renewal. It's about finally finding acceptance and peace within a situation and moving on to live your best life, okay? Allow that to happen, group 3. And if you don't allow it to happen this month, don't worry, it will come back around again. See if there's any more cards that want to come through for you. All right, there we go. Okay, your first card, gavel, involvement with the law. Someone in your life could be having some involvement with the law that makes you finally be like, I need to distance myself. You could have some involvement with the law that is like, I need to accept this and allow myself to move on. Something, if you're already dealing with the law, it could come to a final end, right? Next, you have bridge. Make sure you can see that. Successfully overcoming a problem. See, success lies ahead for you. You will overcome this problem, whatever it is. And then you have tulip, great passion. Landing over here on take a chance on them. There's something that's coming into your life that's going to lead to an amazing passion, right? It could be speaking your truth and just discovering your heart's desire, that passion that you have for something. It could be for a friend, a romantic partner, a job. But this won't come until you allow this to fall away, or until you make peace with this situation. So keep moving, stay active, allow yourself to find that peace, and allow this new, stable, but passionate beginning to enter your life. Group 3, this has been your message all about the month of March. If it resonated, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave me a comment down below. Once again, if you would like some help working through some blockages, helping to make a decision maybe in your life, feel free to reach out to me at my website. Thank you for sharing your energy with me, and I look forward to reading for you again soon. Goodbye.